Check, check, check.
Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Montana State Bobcat Basketball, brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
At long last, Bobcat basketball returns home, and they've got a 3-game homestand through the week of Thanksgiving as they hunt their first Division I win of the season. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position courtside at the Brick. All right, Brian, Bobcats coming in at 1-4. Today they host the University of Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles in at 2-2. Overall for the Cats, again, still looking for that first Division I win, but all in all, pretty nice body of work through the first 5 games of the season.
Yeah, and what you're seeing is a team that's getting better and better. You go on a road, you lose by a total of 4 points in 2 games to 2 quality opponents. This team is going to be good, and I just caution Bobcat fans, don't pay attention to the record between now and January 1st. Pay attention to what they do and where they're getting better, because the schedule's brutal, and they're going to lose some games here and there, but when they get it kind of flowing, I think it's going to be pretty special.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is they really got to show and have an opportunity after that Denver game to rebound. The coaching staff was unhappy. When Coach Logie was very upfront about it. They were unhappy with the performance they had against that Denver Pioneers team. And, teams, even early in the season, can go one of 2 ways. They can either fold when they struggle or they can rise to the occasion, and they certainly did the latter in that Northwestern game.
Yeah, and here's a team that what you saw was marked improvement defensively. The Denver game was hopefully an anomaly because it was not good, especially in the first half. But the offense is what I've been kind of curious to see. You got new guys like Mullins and Agbankpolo and really McMahon, and these guys, they haven't played together. They're trying to figure it out, and I felt like against Northwestern was the first time it looked like a Matt Logie offense. They really flowed offensively. You saw Mullins way more aggressive, getting to the paint, finding guys on kickouts. Jed Miller had a nice second half out there. So it just overall felt like, maybe this is the moment that it starts to click. Now you come home, 3 kind of mid-major type opponents, and you got an opportunity to see what you got.
Yeah, and that was with Bryce Zephyr going down in that game against Northwestern when he hit his head on the backboard, did not return after that game. He is here warming up, game time decision, so we'll see where that goes from here. But either way, that was still a team that was slightly shorthanded in that moment. Now they come home, and they have this 3-game homestand, so they've got Southern Miss today, Abilene Christian on Tuesday, and then Cal State Northridge on Saturday. So nice kind of balance of things here for Montana State to play some teams that they're kind of more even now rather than going through the Big Ten.
No question about it, and playing at home. That's the thing. You look at the Big Sky across the board. There's only 2 teams that have a winning record at this moment, and a lot of that just has to do with the fact that nobody's playing home games. I mean, when they're playing home games, typically they're non-D1 right now. And that's just the challenge of being in the Big Sky Conference. It's hard to get home games, and generally you're not getting it. Montana State's fortunate. You have this Basketball Travelers Invitational. It's MTE, where you get a pair of home games against other mid-major programs. Huge, huge benefit for them developmentally and just getting ready for conference play.
Yep, and an opportunity to get that home and home in the return from CSUN after the Cats went down there last year before Thanksgiving. All right, or before Christmas, I should say. All right, we're going to step aside, but when we get back, we will get to our opposing team profile and talk a little bit about this Southern Miss squad and get into some of our keys to the game before we chat with head coach Matt Logie as the Bobcats get set to host their first Division I home game of the 24-25 season. All right, more coming up after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery. Craft distilling award-winning spirits for over 9 years. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
Back to the brick, getting set for Montana State and Southern Miss today. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe. Brian, let's dive right into it and get into our opposing team profile and see why this Southern Miss team is going to be in hot water today. Brought to you by Mountain Hot Tub. Mountain Hot Tub is Montana's largest hot tub dealer since 1979. Your authorized hot spring spa dealer with locations in Bozeman, Butte, and Helena. What should we know about this Southern Miss squad?
Well, offensively, they have been pretty potent at times. They're averaging 85 a game. They're giving up 83, so that's not a lot. They're pretty athletic, especially on the front line. 6 block shots a game is a big number that they're posting right now, but they turn the ball over a lot, 15 times a game. They started out with like 8 turnovers and 6 field goals against UAB last week. So they've been a really up and down ball club. Montana State would be great to get up on them early and kind of put them in that that hole to play from.
Yeah, so we'll see if they can do that with the Southern Mississippi team sitting at 2-2 overall right now. They've got a loss against UAB. Their lone D1 win was against Bowling Green, and they are under sixth-year head coach Jay Ladner. Let's go to our Kendall Ford keys to the game today, presented by Kendall Ford. What do you got, Brian?
Well, defensively, you've got to keep Southern Miss out of the paint. Where their offense is good is when their guards can get a piece of the paint off the bounce, and then they love to kick out. Historically, Southern Miss has been a JUCO-heavy program, a lot of athletes, go to the rim kind of deal. This club's not that way. They drive to pass, not drive to score. Got to keep them out of the paint. Offensively for Montana State, I love the idea of playing fast with these guys. They will turn the ball over. They're going to give you opportunities to get out and run and break. And I think if you can do that, combined with the altitude, I think you got a chance to put things together well on the offensive end.
Yeah, Southern Miss down in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, very much at sea level. They're right there.
Yeah, they might be below sea level technically. It's really close.
Yeah, they're right, obviously, in southern Mississippi, but right between Louisiana and Arkansas down there by the Gulf Coast. All right, our Wheat Montana weather report today, and it's cold. It's starting to finally feel like winter out there.
Yeah, it's basketball season now for sure. Felt like it was pretty chilly. Wake up, get 3-4 inches, and off we go.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's about 21 degrees out right now, and we got a bunch of snow overnight, and we had a big old windstorm and snowstorm, blustery during the Cat Grizz game yesterday. It was wild, but even despite the snow, the brick was quite filled up this morning for the watch party for the seeding for the FCS playoffs, with Montana State football getting the #1 overall seed, but people obviously had their snow tires on. They were ready to go and get out here this morning.
Yeah, you're in Bozeman, man. They're in a little snow. That's a dusting out there. They ain't even worried about it. I want to know how many kids wearing black uniforms tonight on the Southern Miss squad have actually been in snow before, because I'll bet you for the vast majority today was day one.
Yeah, it's a real good shot. They're in the middle of a long 7-day road trip. Southern Miss coming from Brookings. They just lost to South Dakota State 101-76. They only shot 20% from three, and were minus 18 in the rebounding battle in that ball game. So we'll see if Montana State can take advantage of that against the Golden Eagles. All right, we will take another break, and when we come back, we'll peek some of the other scores, both from around the Big Sky and the country, and then later we're sitting down with head coach Matt Logie as we get set for the Bobcats and the Golden Eagles today from the Brick. More coming up after this timeout. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Bobcat fans, celebrate the blue and gold all season at the Golden Arches with McDonald's new Game Day Bundle. Score big with your crew and pick up a cheeseburger pack with 2 classic cheeseburgers, a satisfying 20-piece McNuggets, and 2 orders of the crispy medium fries you love. All for just $14.99 and only on the app. It's the guaranteed win for your home team. Must opt into rewards at participating McDonald's, valid through the 2024-25 basketball season. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
It's easy not to think about food security when there's food on the table, but right now, 1 out of 10 Montanans is hungry.
When families don't have adequate access to nutritious food, that takes a very real toll on people's health.
This is why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana partners with Montana Food Bank Network.
Our interest at Blue Cross is we want the state, whether they're a member or not, to have adequate supply, access, composition of the food that they're able to get.
Learn more at bigblueskyiinitiativemt.com.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Back at the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Southern Miss today. The Bobcats getting 3 home games before they get into the Summit League Challenge, where they will travel to Omaha and then host Kansas City. Kansas City, by the way, they were picked first in the Summit League preseason poll. They're bringing back a lot of talent and the Coach of the Year in the Summit League, and that is also going to be a doubleheader that day. Brian, should be an awesome day around campus with football hosting the second round of the FCS playoffs at 1 o'clock that Saturday, and then a 7 o'clock tip over here at the Brick. So should be a pretty cool day around Bozeman. Yeah, it'd be a fantastic day. Hoping to welcome those folks with some nice weather and about, 20-some thousand in Bobcat Stadium and another 5 or 6 here in the Brick. Yeah, so should be a lot of fun. Of course, it's UT Martin, so they may be not used to tough snow, but the other team they could end up facing would be New Hampshire. They certainly get some snow up there. Yeah, they're used to it. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard presented by First Interstate Bank and check in on a couple of Big Sky scores right now. So we've got a couple of finals in the books so far. Idaho loses at San Diego 68-61. Idaho now 2-5. Sac State loses a tight one at Cal. Sac State falls 83-77. They actually outscored Cal in the second half, but didn't quite have enough to come back in that one. Portland State hangs on against Wofford, winning 79-74. Mutual matchup here. This one will be interesting to keep an eye on. Montana hosting their own MTE this week. Montana is hosting Denver right now, and Montana is leading Denver 31-24. So those are some of the Big Sky scores going on right now. Keeping an eye on some of the other scores from around the conference the last couple of days. Some notable ones. On Wednesday, Idaho State lost at UCLA 84-70. Eastern Washington at Washington State. We knew that was going to be an interesting one. Washington State beats Eastern 96-81. Portland State lost to Milwaukee 91-74. Weber State lost to UC Irvine 93-87. Northern Arizona beat Incarnate Word by 1 at home 75-74. Portland State lost against St. Thomas 91-65. What else we got here? Eastern Washington lost to Cal Baptist 79-68. Northern Colorado put up 114 points on Saturday. They beat Prairie View A&M 114-98. So those were some of the other notable scores from around the Big Sky the last couple of days since the last time we were on the air. A couple of the top 25 games going today. So we got some finals. Number 24 Rutgers lost at Kennesaw State. They lost that one 79-77. Georgia upset number 22 St. John 66-63. Wisconsin is into the rankings because they beat Arizona at home a little while ago, but number 19 Wisconsin trailing at Pittsburgh right now 38-32. That's technically a tournament down south, but that game early in the second half with Wisconsin trailing Pittsburgh 38-32. So that's what's going on elsewhere around the country right now. And Brian, when you look at some of these early season games, it's always kind of some guesswork as you see how things start to play out. Yeah, it's hard to compare scores. Just so much changes so quickly in the first month and a half of the season, but it's still fun. It's good to see who's playing who, where they're at, and what's happening. And right now, if you go strictly off of that, Northern Arizona and Northern Colorado appear to be the top 2 teams in the league, and
Weber State and Montana State appear to be the worst teams in the league, and if that's how it ends up, I will be really, really surprised.
Yeah, and then, Montana's putting up some impressive numbers, particularly from Money Williams right now. He's put up some really big scoring numbers against some Power 4 competition.
Yeah, he's really played well. It's uncertain or unclear what else Montana's got and where it's all going to come from, but man, people are going to have to figure out how to handle him because he is playing at a different level.
Yeah, and then the other nice measuring stick now is going to be that Summit Lake Big Sky Challenge, which is coming up, next week. That's a nice measuring stick because teams have kind of started to at least figure themselves out a little bit, and especially this era of college basketball, so many new pieces and personnel all across the country. It's always going to take time, even more so now than it used to.
Oh, without question, the transfer definitely changes all of that, and teams, if you're not getting better. November, December, January. It's going to be a long February, March.
Yep. All right, we will step aside, and when we get back, we'll have a chance to sit down with head coach Matt Logie as we get ready for our tip-off coming up at the top of the hour. It's Montana State and Southern Miss today. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy Loaded Tortilla Soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Back on the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Southern Mississippi at Breck Breeden Fieldhouse today. Keaton Gillogly along with head coach Matt Logie. And coach, first of all, just coming off the game on Tuesday, how have you used the last couple of days trying to keep the intensity up and going forward after this Northwestern game?
Yeah, well, obviously getting back in off the road, got a chance to refresh the batteries a little bit, and then have 2 really good days of prep for tonight. The process, is what it is. We've got to, show up to work every day, find ways to get better, practice hard, learn from each opportunity, and I thought our guys have stepped up to that challenge here recently.
What have some of your focus has been to try to get this team continuing to elevate to the next level and continue to improve?
Well, I think we showed great improvement from Sunday to Tuesday in terms of not beating ourselves. We need to do a better job on the offensive glass. That was probably the key to the deal against Northwestern. But, our response to the Denver game, the way we executed at Northwestern, the way our guys fought for one another and competed, all are, at the standard that we talk about. And so it's just about continuing to grow, continuing to find little margins that we can win. And as we turn our attention to Southern Miss, making sure that, again, we don't beat ourselves. We take good care of the basketball, and we can set our defense.
All right, well, let's get into this Southern Mississippi team. They're coming off a loss at South Dakota State in their last outfit. But, overall on the offensive side, it looks like their scoring has been really balanced. How are they putting the ball through the hoop?
Well, they're the fourth fastest team in the country by pace, so they do a really, really good job of converting turnovers to points quickly. They run on makes and misses, and so we've got to get our defense back. We've got to sprint back and build walls around the paint to limit their transition opportunities and their ability to touch the paint through penetration.
Number 13 for them, Denaje Harris, a guy who just came back from Arkansas after starting his collegiate career here, but he's scoring 13 points per game. Seems like one of their leaders. What's some of the things that he's doing?
Well, both their front court players are very versatile, 6'7", 6'8", long athletes that can put the ball on the deck a little bit and slash to the basket, can run the floor, and and so they play off isolations and penetration and transition about as good as anyone.
You mentioned they played a high pace. They did give up a little over 100 points to South Dakota State. Is that just from how many shots they're giving up, or is some of it just from that pace?
Yeah, I mean, South Dakota State did a good job of attacking the run and jump press for scoring opportunities, and we want to do the same thing. And if they're going to give us advantage basketball, we're going to take it. And that does lead to more possessions in a game. I think the thing that South Dakota State did a really good job of was, building walls around the paint and keeping the ball out of there off penetration and forcing Southern Miss to have to pass to one another and not play in isolation.
All right, well, here we go. It's Montana State and Southern Miss. Coach, excited to be back home now for a week?
Very much so. Great to be back in the Brick, and excited to see our fans tonight. I know our guys are excited to be at home.
All right, appreciate the time and the insight today from head coach Matt Logie. All right, we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups and tip-off between the Bobcats and the Golden Eagles at the Brick. For head coach Matt Logie, I'm Keaton Gillogly. This is Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Okay, you say, I want some breakfast. Your so-called boyfriend says, we got eggs in the fridge. Obviously, when you say breakfast, you mean McDonald's. Definitely a side-eye situation.
And now it's a BOGO situation with buy one, get one for $1 on sausage McMuffin, burritos, hash browns, and more. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Town Pump Food Stores, proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild Series, and by First Interstate Bank, built for you. Go. Now turn it up. Turn it up. It's game time.
One-hand slam. That was a ham. Got it to go. It's just that kind of night. Right corner three. Bang! Bang! This is the stuff that legends are made of. Gets it off for the win. Got it. Ball game over. Bobcats win. The Golden Bobcats continue their march. Montana State has done it.
We came here to win, and the best is yet to come.
Tip-off is just moments away from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
After walking across a bed of hot coals the first couple weeks of the season, Montana State is home for their first Division I game at the Brick. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe courtside, and before we get you the starting lineups, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
Once again, I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe as we get set for Montana State and Southern Miss. It's the Bobcats and the Golden Eagles today. All right, let's take a look at our starting lineups. First for Southern Miss. This lineup put together by sixth-year head coach Jay Ladner. Their guards are Christian Watson, Andre Curbelo, and Neftali Alvarez. On the inside, it's D'Antoni Gordon and Denaje Harris. Both guys at 6'7". All five players in the starting lineup for Southern Miss averaging double figures. They average 85 points per game this year. For Montana State, same starting five we have seen throughout the year so far. Pat McMahon, Jay Mullins, and Tyler Patterson in the backcourt. Brandon Walker and Max Ogbonpolo are in the front court. So that's what we're seeing from second-year head coach Matt Logie. And Brian, as the Bobcats starting lineup gets announced, some steadiness in the starting lineup for now, but when you look at the breakdown of numbers, it's been all over the place as they figure out this rotation.
Yeah, there's no question. And one of the advantages of a deep team is you got a lot of directions you can go. One of the disadvantages of a deep team, there's a lot of directions you can go. And in November, you have no idea where it's going to land and where things will flow. But right now, you've got a similar lineup. You got a pretty steady rotation. But when you look at who's finished games, that's changed game by game.
Yep. And you know, when it is an advantage is a game like Denver when your top line guys weren't playing the way you wanted them to. So you go a little deeper in the bench, and I think one of the questions that you and I brought up last time we were on the air together is where is the heart of this Montana State team going to be? We know they have heart. We know they're going to have heart, but still, who's it going to come from? And we saw a lot of that, particularly from Jed Miller and Sam Leckelot late in that Denver comeback, which came 1 point short.
Without question, those two guys brought the energy and did what they had to do, and you just need a much better start to be in a position to win that ball game. But everything's fresh. It's a new 40 this evening, and let's see what we've got in store.
Bobcats in the home whites for the first time in quite some time. The navy blue numbers outlined in gold. On the other side for Southern Miss in the all blacks with white font numbers outlined in gold. It says Southern, and then the numbers, and then Miss on the front. And they do have a nameplate on the back. Max Ogbonpolo is at center court along with D'Antoni Gordon. And the ball is tossed in the air. The tip is won by the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, and we are ready for basketball at the Brick. So the Golden Eagles have it to our right. Here's a drive as it's tip free momentarily recovered. Harris falling away with a jumper, and he knocks it down. Denaje Harris with his first 2 points from the middle of the lane. Montana State now with the basketball for their first offensive possession of the day. Jay Mullins bounces it into the post. Brandon Walker, the reverse layup is too strong off the glass. No good. Southern Miss pushing the tempo the other way. Curbelo driving a kick. Alvarez thought about a three. They move the ball around and hand it off on the left wing. Watson steps up to the elbow. His jumper is rimming. No good off the back iron. And Ogbonpolo has the rebound. Jay Mullins into the front court. Gives to Ogbonpolo up at the top. He dials up a three. Too strong. And Southern Miss has the rebound.
Like to see Bobcats a little more ball movement, get everybody a touch early on, get that flow going.
From the top, a three the other way. That's no good. Fight for the rebound, tipped around and won by Montana State. Bobcats going from right to left. Pat McMahon takes it to the top. He weaves up and gives it to Brandon Walker on the left wing. Back to McMahon at the top. He takes it to the free throw line, back and down, pivoting, kicks it out. Patterson curls to the elbow, kicks out to the top, and Pat McMahon just a little long on the three, missed it. Now a long pass ahead, and Watson able to make a contested catch as the Golden Eagles slow it down. Give it to Curbelo, then back to Watson. They move it around the perimeter, down to the right corner. Alvarez throws up to the top. And this three ball is good from Christian Watson. Only his fifth three of the year. He shoots it a lot, but had been shooting just 17% from downtown.
Yeah, he's what you like to call a quantity guy. Transfer from Miami, was on the Final Four team a couple years ago that Miami put out. Hasn't fully lived up to expectations quite yet.
Brandon Walker mauled and fouled in the middle of the lane. Southern Miss didn't like the call. Foul will go on Andre Curbelo, his first. Montana State will inbound, so Walker getting a little bailed out.
Yeah, the replay on the big board. I think Brandon Walker got a break right there.
Mullins inbounds off the baseline to Tyler Patterson. He tries a 15-foot jumper, and it's good. First points from the Bobcats come out of the hands of Tyler Patterson on a mid-range jumper.
Always love games where Tyler gets a deuce before he starts shooting those threes, get that rhythm, see it go through the net, find a way to get it started off well.
17.5 to go in the first half. Eagles leading the Bobcats 5-2. Ball around the perimeter, up to the top for Curbelo. Working on Pat McMahon, 7 to shoot, tries to split the defense. They call the foul. Ogbong Polo picks up his first.
You can see that Southern Miss doesn't like the switching right now. They're trying to figure out how do we get penetration when every ball screen, every handoff is just going to be switched. Bobcats, with the exception of Brandon Walker, will switch 1 through 4. They're all the same size, so it really makes no difference.
Curbelo on the drive to the rack on the left side. Too strong. Pat McMahon on the defense. Bobcats pushing the other way with numbers. Brandon Walker down into the paint on the right block, one-on-one. And he traveled. Too many moves, and the Bobcats turn it over.
Yeah, and I think Mullins looks over at coach and says, that's my bad. Don't pass ahead to the big guy on the wing. Let him get to the rim and then give it to him where he can make a play.
Know what's below. Tap, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana, 811.org. Southern Miss with the ball to our right. Watson gives it to Gordon on the right wing. Up to the top of the key. Curbelo lobs into the post. Catch is made. Gordon goes up. No good. Missed it point blank. Bobcats with quality defense inside, and Montana State moves right to left, trailing 5-2 with 16:45 to go in the first half. McMahon takes it down to the right baseline. Slings up to Ogbong Polo. Ogbong Polo on the drive, able to finish on the right side of the rim. First 2 points for Max Ogbong Polo.
Like that. That's a great aggressive move by Big Max, getting himself something easy right at the rim.
Down to Gordon. He tries to pass it out. Pat McMahon swats it across the baseline and out of bounds. B.J. Cawley checking into the ballgame for the first time for Brandon Walker. One of the bright lights out of the Denver game was Cawley's come out and breakout in that contest.
Yeah, and there's a great example of the difference early season makes. Guy wasn't even in the rotation games 1, 2, or 3. Has now found himself to be the first big off the bench coming in.
First sub off the bench, period.
Yeah.
Southern Miss will inbound from underneath their own basket. Looking and looking with the lob by Jeffrey Armstrong. It's hauled in out of the left wing by Harris. Toss back up at the top for Armstrong. Hand off for Alvarez. Around to the left wing. Here's the drive. Floater from the middle of the lane. No good. Pat McMahon wins the rebound. Cats from right to left, trailing by a point. McMahon draws contact and a foul. Boy, he took a big bump. That one will go on Jeffrey Armstrong, his first.
And the Cats right now defensively have almost an impenetrable wall. Southern Miss is getting nothing near the rim, and that offense is just out around the three-point line. Not much of a threat. Bobcats have got a nice feel going.
Jay Mullen set to inbound for the Bobcat baseline. Still looking. And gives it to Patterson from the right baseline. That jumper is good. Tyler Patterson, a couple of two-point field goals, a rarity from the Washington native, and Montana State has their first lead of the day, up 6-5, 16 minutes to go first half. Alvarez spins into the paint and traveled, and Montana State forces another turnover, and they'll have the ball when we come back. From the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, 15 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the first half. Bobcats leading the Eagles 6-5. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock-bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
Intermountain Health, formerly known as SCL Health in Big Sky Country, is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. At the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, we've got 15 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the first half. Bobcats leading 6-5 against the Eagles in the early going. Brian, Montana State's defense has shown some good things early.
Yeah, I really like the communication. They're walled off. They're not allowing penetration. The switches have been effective to this point, and that's something that this defense is going to hang its hand on. We're going to play a bunch of guys that are all 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", and we don't care that they switched. I was interested in that when B.J. Cawley got in there, they switched all 5 guys, not just the 4 when Brandon Walker's in there.
Yeah, exciting to see the development of B.J. Cawley. Yeah, he's a fourth-year junior. He was playing D2 hoops the last couple of years at Western Washington. Has dealt with some injuries, a little banged up when he got here, but at his size, at 6'10", 235, plays athletically. That's going to bode very well for this Bobcat team once they get into Big Sky play. Montana State with the ball from right to left. They have a 1-point lead. It's their first advantage of the day. Brian Garacki just checked in. Lob up top. A little bit short, intended for Cawley, and Southern Miss is running the other way. Montgomery to the rack. Missed it, but draws the foul. Tyler Patterson in transition picks up his first foul.
First time to the free throw line tonight. Looked to me like Jay Mullins thought he had a gimme lob. He threw it well before B.J. Cawley was ready for it or ready to make a play on the ball. Something happened on that backside. Maybe Cawley got hung up a little bit, but just a turnover and heading the other way.
First free throw is no good from Kobe Montgomery. That was just his 3rd attempt of the year. Playing just his second game or second season with Southern Miss after transferring from junior college. Next free throw is no good. He missed them both. Montana State grabs the rebound with a 1-point lead.
Tacos for everybody in the house.
B.J. Cawley up at the top. Hands off for Ogmong Polo beyond the arc. Crosses and kicks. Mullins, a right wing 3. A little bit short. Fight for the rebound. Cawley wins it. Kicks it out. Patterson open for 3. No, he left it short. And Southern Miss has the rebound. 15:05 to go first half. Bobcats leading the Eagles 6-5. Southern Miss moving the ball around a little bit. Beyond the perimeter, working offensively to our right. They'll play Abilene Christian on this floor tomorrow night. 10 to shoot. Toss into the post. Harris makes a contested catch. He's pivoting outside the paint, has to sling it back out to the half-court line. 3 seconds to shoot. Lost the handle on it. They jack it up, left it short. Shot clock violation. And Southern Miss now 2 of 8 from the field.
Yeah, so much of their offense on film is based off that penetration, getting to the paint, collapsing the defense, and then playing off of that. Because they're not getting any penetration, they're really lost. They don't know what to do with that, and so it's just jack up a 3 at the end of the clock. Montana State will take that all night long.
And Southern Miss not a particularly prolific three-point shooting team as Jay Mullins drives to the rack, misses the layup, but draws the foul. Will head to the line. That foul is on Neftali Alvarez, his first, and Sam Lekalot will check in next for Montana State. Bobcat basketball presented in part by your locally owned and operated McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food. Order from anywhere and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup as Mullins misses the first free throw. Mullins, a career 83% free throw shooter entering the season, although didn't get there a ton in his first 4 years. Oh, and he missed them both. And Southern Miss has the board. These two teams now a combined 0 for 4 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's not the winning recipe for either.
Southern Miss with the ball to our right. They trail by 1, 14-20 to go first half. Alvarez takes it down to the right baseline. Jump pass, handoff, and the layup is good by Watson. Well, it looked like he was about to kick it along the baseline. Instead, he gave it to Watson, and he was able to lay it in. Christian Watson with 5 points.
And that's Southern Miss's first real penetration in a while, and you can see it leads easy bucket.
Mullins misses a right-handed layup. B.J. Cawley fought for the rebound, couldn't win it. Southern Miss now lost it momentarily. They're trying to save it, and it's stolen away. B.J. Cawley in transition now. Jams it home with the right hand. B.J. Cawley in transition. That puts Montana State up 8-7 with 13:35 to go in the first half. Southern Miss with the ball to our right. Out to Montgomery on the right wing. Goes to the top for Watson, working on Mullins. Steps out for a 3. Left it short from the left wing, and it's out of bounds. There wasn't a lot of rack attacks and above-the-rim play last year like there was the previous year. Certainly some guys could do that this season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Abang Polo, Cawley, we know that Brandon Walker can get up there and do it. Even Brian Garacki has been known to occasionally rise up and put it down.
Montana State with the basketball, moving from right to left. Jed Miller into the ball game, run to the point for the Cats. Miller turns to the elbow, kicks out to Lekalot. He works his way down to the left baseline, slings back out to Miller. Lob to Cawley, and he draws the foul. That's going on Denaje Harris, his first. So Jed Miller into the game before Bryce Zephyr. So Zephyr seems to still be battling some effects from hitting his head on the backboard against Northwestern, but it doesn't sound like he'll miss too much time here.
Yeah, it's probably something you worried about a lot in your basketball career when your head hit the backboard.
Yeah, when I bounced my head off the plastic Little Tykes backboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Jed Miller throws out to Lekalot on the right wing. Down to Cawley on the right baseline. Handoff for McMahon. 8 to shoot. McMahon backing it down to the right block. 5. McMahon spins left shoulder. Fall away. Jay kisses it off the window. Is that Pat McMahon or Dirk Nowitzki kicking the leg out?
Yeah, really nice play right there. I like this second unit's ball movement significantly better than the first unit. The ball's moving across the perimeter. No one's holding it long time. It's good to see that happening.
Montgomery, a right wing 3. That's good. Jet Montgomery, a true freshman from Tennessee, tying it up at 10 with that right wing 3. 12:20 to go, first half.
I even told you during warm-ups, that young man did not hit a 3 in all of warm-ups. It comes out with 1 for 1.
It's like having a bad bullpen before you throw a no-hitter. Pat McMahon out with it on the left wing. Fires into the post. That pass is tipped and out of bounds. They'll stay with Montana State, and still 10 seconds to shoot. Town Pump's proud sponsor of the Brawl the Wild rivalry series between Montana State and the University of Montana. It's all sports all season long. Look for special Brawl the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. And they've got the Great Divide Trophy in the house at the basketball game tonight. Pat McMahon up at the top on the drive with 5 to shoot. Spins into the paint, kicks it out. Garacki open, right corner 3, book it. First Wendy's three-pointer of the evening, and it's off the assist from Pat McMahon.
Yeah, you gotta You got to not give up that look to Brian Garacki. I know he's coming off the bench now, so he gets lost a little in the scouting report, but right there, a feet set three wide open, that's going to go in every time.
All assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Eagles with the ball to our right, 7 to shoot. Drive by Watson, cut off, turns, jumper, rimming, no. Jed Miller fights for the rebound, and he tips it to Lecolot. What an effort on the glass by Jed Miller. Miller takes it out to the left wing. Throws to Garacki, steps in from deep, too strong on the right wing three. Southern Miss has the rebound after the missed shot. Now the other way, Curbelo transition three, that's no good. Tip for the board, Jed Miller is able to corral it, and he pushes the tempo from right to left. Handoff for Pat McMahon. Weaves into the paint and draws the foul on the floor. He was still in the gather, and Jet Montgomery will pick up his first foul as we head to break from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 11:01 to go in the first half. Montana State leading Southern Miss 13-10. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Bobcat Basketball is brought to you in part by Kendall Ford Lincoln of Bozeman, a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Montana State leading at Southern Miss 13-10. 11:01 to go in the first half. Brian, what are you seeing?
I'm loving the defensive effort. I love the effort on the glass as well. Jed Miller, a deflection and a rebound just on those last 2 possessions. You see a team that's really solid on that end. The offense will come. I don't see them shooting 46 and 17 for very long. I think this is a team that's going to be really good offensively the more they play together and get better. But right now the defense and rebounding is carrying them.
That's good to see. And, for Montana State, the three-point shooting, only 33% to start the year, not quite where we expect it to be by the end of the year.
No question about it. I think, again, it's just a matter of getting used to playing together.
Montana State with a basketball to our left. Garacki has the lone Wendy's three-pointer of the evening so far. He takes it to the elbow, tries a jumper, and knocks it down. Brian Garacki from the right elbow hits the bottom of the net. Garacki with 5 points. Cats with a 5-point lead. Handoff up at the top for Worrell. Give it up to Curbelo. Over to the right wing, Montgomery. Handoff on the left wing, then to Curbelo, moving it around the perimeter. Curbelo with 10 to shoot, fires to the post. Bad pass, tipped and recovered by Montana State. Lecolot gives to Miller. Shuffles right. He's left open for 3. Ooh, swirls out, and the rebound won by Southern Miss. That's not a shot we're going to see Miller miss much this year.
Yeah, that's a good look right there by him.
Kicked out, Worrell. He has it on the right wing as we reach the midway point of the first half. Toss around to the left wing. Watson cut off on the left baseline. Double team trap comes, and he jumps over the baseline, throws it off of Lecolot, and now hang on a second. Did that go off Lecolot and then hit Watson? That's going to Montana State. I think that's the right call. Watson jumped over the baseline, something we've seen before, trying to throw it off of Lecolot, but it hit Lecolot and then hit Watson before Watson came down.
Yeah, it's the right call. The officials get together right there. There's no question. I know when you're on the road, you feel like, oh, I just got homered. That's a terrible call. But I thought that's what it was live. I was good, and it was the official right in front of us who saw it the same way we saw it.
Montana State with the ball now in a 5-point lead. Brandon Walker spins to the left shoulder and lays it in with the right hand on the right block. First 2 points for Brandon Walker. Montana State trying to open up a little bit of a lead now. On top by 7, 9:30 to go. We're in the first half. Gordon hands it off at the top to Curbelo. He lobs it into the post, too high. Another turnover by Southern Miss.
Yeah, and that's one thing Southern Miss is not good about is taking care of the ball. That's 6 turnovers already for them. They're on pace for 24 on the night. That's not going to be a winning effort on the road.
Bobcats with the ball, 9:20 to go first half. McMahon down to the left block, spins to the left shoulder, cut off, kicks it out into the left corner for Lecolot. Thrown back out to McMahon beyond the arc. Lob down to the left block with 10 to shoot for Brandon Walker. Works into the paint, spins inside, and draws the foul. Deontay Gordon with his first foul, and Brandon Walker will get himself a trip to the line.
Yeah, right now offensively, you just see the difference in pace. The Bobcats, since over the last 6 minutes, have really got a nice rhythm. The ball's moving crisply, not getting stuck in hands, not getting pounded into the floor. And on the other, Southern Miss doesn't have any of that. The ball's just pass around the perimeter and jack up an outside three.
Brandon Walker hits the first free throw, a welcome sight there. He's missed 10 so far, 64% to start the season, but he's 1 for 1 today.
Yeah, and 64% still an uptick from last year's 58. So for him to do that is a big improvement. It's going to make a 2 points a game difference, that's a big deal.
Yes, it is. 4 points for Brandon Walker. He hits them both on that trip to the line. Montana State now on a 9-0 run with 8:50 to go in the first half. Curbelo pulls up the top of the key for 2. That's short. And a foul chasing the rebound. It's Brian Garacki who gets tagged for his first. Ogbong Polo back in. Sam Lecolot will take a seat. Some balance offensively by Montana State. Garacki with 5, Patterson with 4, Walker with 4, and then Cauley, Ogbong Polo, and McMahon each with 2. Bounce pass in underneath the cup. 1 dribble. Right-handed layup is good. And Christian Watson able to finish it off for his 7th point.
Breaks a 9-0 run that the Cats had going over the last 5 minutes. Just fell asleep a little bit there on the inbounds play.
Ogbong Polo on the drive, down into the lane, lays it up, left it a little bit short, and Southern Miss has the rebound. Watson, transition 3, in and out, Ogbong Polo the rebound. Out to Garacki along the left sideline, then to McMahon left wing. Montana State gets into their set, given to Brandon Walker at the top. He tries a 3, it's good! Brandon Walker from downtown. He's got that in his game, and he shows it off at home for a 10-point Bobcat lead. 8 minutes remaining first half. Tipped, recovered by Southern Miss. Gordon hops into the paint, given to Alvarez. He lays it up and lays it in. Wasn't clean, but it got done. Montana State in the backcourt. They get through a little bit of pressure. 22-14, Bobcats leading. Given to Walker. Gets underneath and finishes with the left hand. 9 points for Brandon Walker.
Boy, that's a big body on that pick and roll. You're not going to get around him if you get stuck behind. Jed Miller finds him. Great little play right there.
Bobcats bringing the intensity on the defensive side today. Up to the top of the key. Watson steps up for a long 2. That's no good. And Montana State clears the board again. Cats are dominating the glass right now. Miller throws out to the left wing, around to the left corner for Pat McMahon. Working down the left baseline, backing it in, skips into the right corner. Miller, catch and shoot 3, yes! Just what the doctor ordered. Timeout Southern Miss. A confident right corner 3 by Jed Miller, and Montana State is playing some Avalanche basketball at home. Let's step aside, 6:56 to go first half. Bobcats leading the Golden Eagles 27-14. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
Hey, Bobcat fans, your support through the Bobcat Collective powers NIL opportunities for our Bobcat student athletes, helping them thrive on and off the field. Join today and make a real impact. 6:56 to go in the first half. Montana State leading Southern Miss 27-14. And Brian, this Bobcat team continuing to improve. It's really put together right now in the first half.
Yeah, no question about it. The defensive rebounding was the first probably eight minutes or so of the game. This next segment, this section where it's been probably the next 7 minutes, the offense has caught up. And all of a sudden, you saw a huge spurt. You saw a 9-0 run, a couple of threes in there, and all of a sudden, Montana State's clicking offensively. 55% from the field, and then add in the rebounding margin. It's a good start here for the Bobcats in this three-game homestand.
3 Wendy's three-pointers for the Montana State offense, hit by 3 different players, Miller, Garacki, and Walker. Southern Miss with the basketball, 2 all right, 6:45 to go in the first half. High arcing layup in and out off the glass, rattled around the rim and did not fall through. Bobcats with it from right to left with a 27-14 lead. Handoff for Patterson on the right wing. Give it to Ogbong Polo. Driving a kick. Pat McMahon from the left wing breaking it down with a one-on-one dribble. Gets into the paint, turns, little hook push shot, no. Left it a bit short. Southern missed the rebound. Harris hands it off out of the left wing for Alvarez. Around to Curbelo. Ooh, tough pass, and it's out of bounds going the other way. Part of that looked affected by Brandon Walker trying to reach around his defender.
Yeah, it's a bad decision by your point guard there. He's got to get one more dribble deep so he has a better angle. You want those post feeds to be going into the guy perpendicularly, not at some kind of 60-degree angle. That time it was a little more than that, and it just went out of bounds.
Pat McMahon out in the right corner. Backing down to the baseline against a fellow guard. Gets to the mid-post. Jump pass out to the left corner. Ogbong Polo misses the left corner three. Southern Miss has the rebound. Eagles from left to right. Curbelo looking for the post, didn't have it. Curbelo at the top. Sling to the left wing. Back around the perimeter. Curbelo one-on-one to the free throw line. Tight pass inside. Layup is up, no. Gordon couldn't get it to finish, but he draws a foul. Call is on Ogbong Polo, his second, so he's in some foul trouble in the first half. He caught the forearm. 5:36 to go, first half. Bobcats 27, Eagles 14, and Southern Miss at the line with D'Antoni Gordon at the stripe. First free throw is good. Lecolot in, Ogbong Polo to the bench with the 2 fouls.
It'll be interesting to see the time that it takes for each of these guys to really acclimate and feel comfortable. Ogbong Polo had a really good game early in the season, has struggled a little bit offensively, still hasn't quite found that rhythm. It'll come about, but he just hasn't found it quite yet.
Pat McMahon from the right wing to the cup. The rack attack. A two-hand slam by Pat McMahon. He beats his man off the dribble and delivers a highlight.
Pat's funny, too. That guy shows zero emotion. He flushes it, and you'd have thought somebody just gave him some paint to go paint a wall.
Now Jay Mullins with a steal running the other way. Mullins into the paint, kicks it out. Patterson, transition three. Yes! Tyler Patterson putting it home. Bobcats with the big dunk and the transition bucket off the Mullins steal.
Yeah, and you saw Coach Logi's arms went up before he even saw the pass go to Tyler Patterson.
Baseline jumper too strong, but Gordon has the weak side rebound and lays it in. 32-17, Montana State in front, 4:30 to go first half. McMahon dials up a left wing three. No. Long rebound, Southern Miss with it. They push ahead in transition. Harris tracks it down, but the Bobcats are there defensively, and the Cats force another turnover. Turnovers rack it up for Southern Miss. Bobcats into the front court. Brandon Walker steps around his man, and with a little finesse, finger rolls it home. Brandon Walker, a fine move into double figures now.
And the Cats straight doubling up Southern Miss, 34-17.
And a block and foul underneath going against Montana State. Yeah, this is the pace, this is the speed, this is the defense Montana State wants to see as Brandon Walker picks up his first foul, bringing the arms down and violating his verticality.
Yeah, easy call right there. Alvarez does a great job of getting in the paint, and that's the one thing you can't let this Southern Miss team do, get themselves a piece of the paint. You see what happens when they get there. They give themselves an opportunity to be successful.
Alvarez at the line. Misses the first free throw. Brandon Walker leading all scorers with 11 points on 4 of 5 shooting. Bobcats defense has forced 9 turnovers, and they have 4 steals so far.
The one thing you're not seeing tonight is an exposition on how to make free throws. Combined 3 for 8 at the moment, 38%.
Next free throw is good for Neftali Alvarez. I think he took that one personal, Brian.
Opposite of the announcer jinx.
Yeah. Tyler Patterson, he's open. Right wing three, in and out. Rebound Southern Miss. So the coaching staff liked that decision. Alvarez ahead of steam. Forces the layup, no. Montana State clears another rebound. Here's Jay Mullins pushing the tempo. He crosses over from the top and lost it on the spin move. Southern Miss the other way. Watson draws the foul on Sam Lekalot in transition. First foul on Lekalot. We'll step aside. 3:35 to go in the first half. Montana State leading Southern Miss 34-18. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot party, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Join Champs New Kids Club, presented by Billings Clinic Bozeman. Your $40 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/champskidsclub. From the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, Montana State leading Southern Miss 34-18, 3:45 to go in the first half. And Brian, the Bobcats certainly passed the eye test right now.
Yeah, shooting 52% from the field, just 3 turnovers in 17 minutes. The defense has been very, very good, taking away all penetration. They forced 9 turnovers, even on the glass at this point, and ultimately just feel like they've got a really good control of this ball game. Now, you got to keep it up for 23 more minutes, but it's a really nice start.
Southern Miss has free throws coming up here. Christian Watson going to the line, the former McDonald's All-American nominee who spent 2 years at Miami. Hits the first free throw. Scored 83 points in his 2 years down there with the Hurricanes.
Got a chance to go to the Final Four and play a little bit in the tournament games leading up to the Final Four. It's a pretty cool opportunity.
Second free throw is good. 9 points now for Watson. Probably got some pretty good gear from that as well.
Yeah, I'm guaranteeing you that.
Montana State with the basketball and a 14-point lead, up 34-20. 3:30 to go first half. The Bobcats break, a little pressure in the backcourt. Mullins dribbles it up to the Cathead logo near the half-court line. Mullins has the standing dribble. Kind of crosses over, comes to the left wing, trying to get a little room, picks up the dribble with 10 to shoot. To Cauley near the right elbow, 7. He spins to his left shoulder, 5. Thrown out to Garacki for 3. Yes! B.J. Cauley to Brian Garacki. Second 3 of the evening for Garacki, and that was a step or 2 behind the arc.
Yeah, that was a good read by Garacki, though. You're down to 5 on the shot clock. You got a good look, even if it's deep. Better to hit that than not.
Bobcats with a steal. Sam Lekelot in transition. He slows it down and kicks it back out. Didn't have the angle. Now back to Lekelot. He's open for 3. No, left it short. Bounced over the backboard. Southern Miss basketball. 2:41 to go first half. Bobcats 37, Eagles 20. Southern Miss takes it into the front court. Naftali Alvarez has it out of Puerto Rico. Throws up to the top of the key. Christian Reed gives it back to Alvarez. Handoff for Watson. Watson dribbling at the top. Throws to Alvarez, left wing. Slings out to the right wing now. Worrell steps in for 2, and it's good. Just a step inside the arc.
Yeah, and you'll give him that. You turn down a 3 to shoot a 19-footer with a hand in your face. Not a concern. If they can make those consistently, they'll be all right.
Patterson's open. Bricks the wide open left wing 3, and Southern Miss has the rebound. Alvarez into the lane. Between 2 bodies, forces it up and lays it home. Naftali Alvarez with 5 points. Garacki pushes it the other way. 1:45 to go first half. Given to Mullins near the half-court line as Southern Miss extends their defense. Mullins throws to Cauley at the free throw line. Out to Garacki. Turns down a 3. 10 to shoot. Given to Cauley. 8 to shoot. Cauley working his way down to the right block. Kicks out to Patterson. Then to Mullins 4. 3 to shoot. Mullins down the left baseline. And he bounces it off the side of the backboard. Baseball pass ahead to Southern Miss. And Worrell able to finish as he leaked out. 4 points for Alfred Worrell.
Quick 6-0 run by Southern Utah, all in transition. And that is the one area when they've been able to clear the defensive glass, they've been able to give themselves something going.
Some contact by Jeffrey Armstrong, picking up his second foul.
Probably not a wise foul there to put Jay Mullins at the line, see if he can kind of find his rhythm there.
This game is brought to you in part by Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how. Workplace safety, you're naked without it. More at safemt.com. Mullins knocks down the free throw. That's the front end of the 1-and-1, so he'll get another one. And this one is true. Mullins knocks them both down. First 2 points for Jay Mullins.
They'd like to finish this half well. You've had a great stretch in the middle third. Now finishing it well and going into halftime up 15 or so would be perfect.
Minute remaining in the first half. Watson hands it off in the right wing for Montgomery. Round to the left wing, Alvarez spins into the paint, has to kick it out. Montgomery dials up a three. That's too strong. Rebound one in the corner by Southern Miss. Eagles going back to work. Watson up at the top. Takes it to the left wing. Now down into the post. Going to the rack, and we got a wedgie. A jump ball got stuck between the rim and the backboard. And it's going to Montana State.
Tough to get a 2-for-1 right here, so it's going to be get the best shot you can get regardless of how long it takes.
Cats not really trying for it. 30 seconds remaining, and a foul up near the half-court line.
Timeout.
Oh, it was a timeout, excuse me. So 30 seconds to go in the first half. Montana State will draw it up with a 39-26 lead. Not only is dairy delicious, but it also promotes health as well. Just 3 servings of dairy a day improves overall wellness and may reduce the risk of developing some chronic diseases. It's a quick, convenient, and economic way to make sure you are staying strong and healthy on and off the field. All right, Cats will try to draw something up here. 8-second differential between the shot and game clocks. Brian, what do you want to see from them?
I just want to see the best shot they can get. I mean, obviously, they're going to have an idea of who they want to get the ball to and what they want to get out of it. But at the end of the day, it's about getting the best shot. You got 22 seconds on the shot clock. You got 8-second differential. Pat McMahon checked in, and I wonder if he won't be a little bit of the target here. Create something on a side with him and Garacki, and maybe you find yourself a way to get one of those two guys a good look.
So Garacki will have the honors to inbound on the left sideline in the Bobcat offensive side. The lob into the backcourt for Jed Miller to set it up with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Miller guarded out high near the half-court line. Hands off for Mullins, still near that timeline. 10 seconds to shoot. Play clock call comes in from Coach Logie. Mullins with 5, up to McMahon with 4. McMahon driving from the right wing. Gets down to the right block, puts it up, left it short. Fight for the rebound. And McMahon, did he save it? No. Ooh, almost did. Good hustle, but could not finish.
Well, I think Pat thought he might have got hit on that elbow right there when he drove in the lane. No call. 5.4 to play.
Southern Miss will go the length of the floor from left to right, trailing by 13. They hustle into the front court. Alvarez, straight line to the rack. Missed the layup, out of bounds, no call. Whoa, B.J. Cawley got some contact up top, which had Alvarez going down.
Technical foul.
They're going for a technical on the bench.
Yeah, the assistant coach out on the court swinging his arms around, whether he liked the call or not, is not the way to ingratiate yourself to a road officiating crew.
And, I mean, it certainly looked like plenty of contact up top on B.J. Cawley, but Jay Mullins will go to the free throw line for a technical free throw.
Yeah, you make these two, you give yourself a 15-point lead going into the break.
So Mullins to the line with a clear lane. The first free throw is good. 3 points for Jay Mullins, all at the free throw line tonight. And this one is good. Mullins 4 for 4 at the stripe. 0.7 seconds left in the first half. Bobcats up 41-26. Montana State has the basketball. They'll go the length of the floor again with less than a second left, so enough time to just get a shot off. Lecolot heaves it toward the other court, and nobody touched it, so it's going back the other way, and Southern Miss will inbound on their side of the floor.
Yeah, it didn't look like he and B.J. Cawley were on the same page there. Cawley came up to the free throw line, and Sam threw it deep, so Bobcats are going to have to get a stop here with 0.7 seconds.
Kobe Montgomery will inbound underneath his own basket for the Eagles. Does get it in. Quick shot from the left corner. No, left it just short. And that is the end of the first half. Montana State shoots 47% from the field. They force Southern Miss into 12 turnovers in the first half. And the Bobcats with a healthy lead at the break and still 20 minutes to play. We'll step aside from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Bobcats leading the Eagles 41-26. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
Back to First Interstate Bank broadcast position, courtside at the Brick. Montana State leading Southern Miss 41-26. All in all, Brian, pretty complete half from Montana State.
Yeah, it felt like probably the best full half, both ends that they've played so far this season. And that's what you want to be doing, is getting better week by week. I like the first half of the half. I love the defense. I love the rebounding. The rebounding slipped a little bit late. Southern Miss was able to get to the rim a little bit toward the end of the half, but the offense made up for that as the offense got going, and shooting near 50% is something you want to start doing pretty consistently.
That's a good way to do it. So for Montana State, looking for that first Division I win of the year, and they've got a healthy lead against Southern Miss. They've got Abilene Christian on Tuesday night, and then they've got CSUN here on Saturday. All right, we'll step aside. When we get back, we'll get you a full rundown of the scoring. Later, we'll get you some other scores from around the Big Sky and the nation. But for now, we take a timeout with Montana State leading Southern Miss 41-26 at halftime. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats. The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery. Craft distilling award-winning spirits for over 9 years. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built. Bryant's Heating and Cooling Systems. Bryant, whatever it takes. Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning. Carrier, turn to the experts. Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time. Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces. And NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Montana State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
We're at halftime with Montana State leading Southern Miss 41-26. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first half of play. Bobcats shooting 47% from the field, 5 of 16 from downtown. That's 5 Wendy's three-pointers, and they are 6 of 8 from the free throw line. For Southern Miss, 36% from the field, 2 of 9 from downtown, 4 of 8 at the free throw line. Southern Miss with 12 turnovers. The Bobcats have just 4. Montana State -5 on the glass. Brian, that was a little surprising. Just the eye test. I felt like Montana State was better than that in rebounding.
Yeah, and I think some of that's just some late misses at the end of the first half because they were definitely dominating. They were up 4 or 5 midway through the frame.
6 assists, sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services for Montana State. Cats were led by Brandon Walker at 11 points. 2 rebounds on 4 of 5 shooting. 8 points for Brian Garacki with a pair of Wendy's three-pointers today. 7 points from Tyler Patterson, 1 three-pointer. It's 1 for 4 from downtown. 4 points from McMahon, 4 points from Mullins, and 2 from B.J. Cawley, 2 from Ogbong Polo. Jet Miller with 3 points as well. On the other side for Southern Miss, Watson leading the way with 9 points, Alvarez with 5, Worrell with 4, Montgomery with 3, Gordon with 2, and Harris with 2. Gordon with 3 and Harris with 2. So that's the full rundown of the scoring after one half of play. We'll step aside. When we get back, we'll get you caught up on some other scores. Montana's hosting Denver. Be interested to see what that score is and play a little score osmosis between Montana and Denver. So we'll check that and more when we come back. At halftime, Montana State leading Southern Miss 41-26. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hitting the road? When you download the Fuel Forward app, you save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill-up at Phillips 66, Conoco, and 76 stations. Because that's what the app does. A simple, straightforward way to keep you moving forward. Fuel Forward. 20 cents is a combined savings of 5 cents every day off per gallon plus an extra 15 cents off per gallon for first-time users up to 30 gallons. Offer valid once for new Fuel Forward app users through 12/31/2024. Participating locations only.
Bobcat fans, celebrate the blue and gold all season at the Golden Arches with McDonald's new Game Day Bundle. Score big with your crew and pick up a cheeseburger pack with 2 classic cheeseburgers, a satisfying 20-piece McNuggets, and 2 orders of the crispy medium fries you love. All for just $14.99 and only on the app. It's the guaranteed win for your home team. Must opt into rewards at participating McDonald's valid through the 2024-25 basketball season. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State Athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, mobile banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats.
At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. Montana State leading at 41-26 against Southern Miss at home. Their first Division I home game of the year, looking to improve to 2-4. While Southern Miss sits at 2-2. All right, let's take a look at some of the other scores. And Montana leading Denver right now 71-62 with 3:20 to go in that one over in Missoula. Portland State beat Wofford today 79-74. Sac State lost at Cal 83-77. And San Diego over in Idaho in San Diego. The Toreros win at 68-61. Around the top 25, there were 3 top 25 games today, and only one of the ranked teams won. Georgia beat number 22 St. John's 66-63. Kennesaw State beat number 24 Rutgers 79-77. And number 19 Wisconsin remains undefeated. They are 7-0, and they came from behind to beat Pittsburgh 81-75. Brian, Wisconsin scored 54 points in the second half. For many years, that was about what they averaged.
Yeah, for a game. Yeah, no kidding about it. Well, I will tell you, for Montana State's overall RPI and all that stuff, Wisconsin just needs to keep winning ball games, man. Just keep winning games. They look good right now. They've had a great start to the year, and that Arizona win was something that'll help the resume come March.
Yeah, there was a big piece out in The Athletic just as the season was getting ready to start, kind of leading into the Montana State game. And Greg Gard was talking about they really kind of changed a lot of what they were doing. They're emphasizing more possessions, how they take their shots, and really their preparation as well. This is an interesting one, too. They brought in somebody who had been kind of with the coach, with the staff for the San Antonio Spurs, not on their bench, but just a part of their developmental staff. And so they're doing something they call vitamins, where they're basically just bringing the guys in and doing like 15-minute workouts, taking the shots they want them to take in-game, and that's it, in place of shoot-around to kind of keep them off the feet.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's, as the seasons get longer and longer, it used to be you played 25 games. Now you play 35, even if you don't go to postseason. And I think that does take more and more out of guys' legs. And then you also don't have the true summer you used to have where guys wouldn't work out, or they'd work out, but it'd be on their own or back home with some friends or high school guys. Now it's full-on team workouts and everything else, and there's a toll to be played in that.
So just some interesting stuff there as we watch the evolution of Wisconsin basketball, who the Bobcats went toe-to-toe with out in Madison. All right, we will step aside one more time. When we come back, we will be ready to go for the second half. Montana State leading Southern Miss 41-26 at the break. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy Loaded Tortilla Soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins Howland believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins Howland, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
Getting ready to go for the second half with Montana State leading Southern Miss 41-26. Before we start the second half, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe as we get set for the second half between Montana State and Southern Miss. The McDonald's delivery of the half presented by your locally owned and operated McDonald's of Montana. Let's go to Brian Garacki for hitting a couple of big-time threes that took the lid off the bucket from downtown for Montana State in that first half. Also, we'll be keeping an eye on the Montana State and Utah game. Coach Binford and Women's Hoops are out at Utah today, so that one getting ready to tip off any minute. All right, Southern Miss with the basketball to start the second half. They trail 41-26. Harris, a wild push shot out of the middle of the lane is no good, and the Bobcats grab the rebound.
Same play they started the game with, an isolation to try and go one-on-one against Brandon Walker. Didn't work then, didn't work now.
Handoff for Mullins. Throws over to the right wing, Patterson. Toss toward the post, but it's knocked out of bounds by Reed. Intended for Brandon Walker. Bobcats will inbound in front of their own bench. Patterson looking to inbound, still looking, and finds Brandon Walker out high. And he traveled as he tried to put the ball on the floor. Turnover by Montana State.
Yeah, I'd say it's a good decision. Anytime you got a big guy who's 45 feet from the rim, put a little pressure on him, see what he can do right there. Southern Miss forced turnover. It's fifth Bobcat turnover of the night.
Eagles with the ball to our left. Drive along the baseline. The pass knocked free. Ogmongpolo with the steal. Out ahead into the left corner. Patterson for three. Book it. Tyler Patterson pours it in from deep. First points of the second half.
It's pretty amazing to watch the guys that have been in the system for a year, how much more comfortable they are. Jed Miller's a great example right there. Tyler Patterson, Brandon Walker. All those guys have such a good feel for what Matt Logie wants.
Christian Watson, a tough reverse layup finish on the right side. 11 points for Watson. Walker on the right wing, picks up the dribble, gives to Mullins, who comes around a screen. Handoff into the middle of the lane. Walker spins left shoulder and lays it in. So smooth. Brandon Walker, 13 points.
Cats, nice start to the second half. 2 for 2 from the field. Now can they get another stop?
Right wing three, no good, but a foul. Brandon Walker accidentally tripped Montgomery. The initial kind of blow by, he was good, but his legs got tangled up, didn't give him a place to land. Textbook call, and that'll put Kobe Montgomery at the line.
Yeah, those are the fouls that give coaches gray hair or no hair, one of the two. When your center is, again, 30 feet from the basket, making a mistake that costs your team easily, not ideal.
First free throw is good for Montgomery. Serving all your garage door needs, DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Second free throw is no good. Kobe Montgomery will have one more. No taking the foot off the gas. That one is good. Montgomery hits 2 of 3 for his first 2 points of the day. Cats up by 16 with the ball. Into Patterson in the backcourt. Overhead pass along the left sideline to Pat McMahon. He takes it down to the left baseline, back to the basket, backing in, into the paint, lays it up and got it to go. Pat McMahon showing off a post move. He's got 6.
Yeah, he loves to back guys down and get a little angle. find a way to score it.
Transition 3 the other way is bricked. Fight for the loose ball. I missed that. Somebody went out of bounds. I didn't see. I think it's staying with Southern Miss. I got screened on the official signal.
Yeah, it looks like Jabe Mullins must have been touching out of bounds as he touched the ball.
Yeah.
So it'll give it back to Southern Miss.
Every now and then, now and again, you get a little screened. All right, inbounds coming. Grabbed by Alvarez in the left corner. Crosses over. Down the left baseline. Skips the pass to the right corner. Montgomery with a 3. That's good. It could have been another foul on Brandon Walker. Timeout called by Southern Miss. So Kobe Montgomery now with 5 points. And we will step aside from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 17:49 to go in the ball game. Montana State leading Southern Miss 48-33. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
The Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics and the Montana State Alumni Association. The Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit ComeOnIn.com to book your stay today. 17:49 to go in the ball game. Montana State leading it 48-33 over Southern Miss, and Southern Miss using a timeout, trying to get some momentum going after they just hit a 3.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that, honestly. Nice little run for them. They've got 5 of the last 7 points in the game. You call that timeout. All you've done is played even at this point. It's a 15-point game. It was a 15-point game at the break.
That 3 by Kobe Montgomery was his 6th make. He's shooting 50% from downtown, but his first and only attempts from the three-point line have come just in the last few minutes. So he didn't even try one in that first half.
Yeah, and they've really gone to a small lineup at this point. It's a 4-guard lineup with Harris out there kind of playing a 4 spot, bigger 4. But at the end of the day, they're trying to go athletic and small, create pressure and turnovers, which they just did.
Yep, Alvarez pressing Mullins in the backcourt. Mullins dribbled it off his knee because of that pressure and turned it over. A knee that's he's got the white tights on underneath his shorts, but he's got a big blood spot right on that right knee.
Yeah, it looks like when he went down on that loose ball here just a second ago, he must have rubbed a little skin off.
Watson with it for Southern Miss. He slings around to the right wing for Kobe Montgomery. Up to Alvarez at the top. Comes off a screen to the elbow. Fires it into the post. Catch is made. Layup is good. Harris got behind the defense and had an easy lay-in. Still pressure by Alvarez against Mullins in the backcourt. And Bobcats break it with 2 seconds to spare. Max Ogbong-Polo into the front court. Gives to Brandon Walker at the top. Walker comes right around the screen and draws a foul. Christian Reed with the hand check, his first. Bobcats will get some more ball handling in with Jed Miller to join Jay Mullins in the backcourt.
Yeah, I like that play right now. If you're going to go against a smaller lineup, you're going to want to adjust at least at some level. Bobcats still pretty big with Agampolo and Brandon Walker, but now you've got 2 true guards plus Pat McMahon who can handle it.
Montana State with the ball and a 13-point lead, 17 minutes to go in the game. Agampolo 10 to shoot, down to the right block, double team, got rid of it to Walker, 8, Walker spins into the paint, and he traveled. A turnover by Montana State, their 7th of the evening. B.J. Cawley will check in.
Not an auspicious second half start here. You got turnover, you got a foul on a 3-point shooter. A couple mistakes there for the veteran and Brandon Walker to get him a view from the bench, and B.J. Cawley gets his opportunity.
Southern Miss with it to our left. Alvarez up at the top. On the drive with a lefty dribble, cut off. Skip pass into the right corner. Watson into the paint, hop stop, kick out to the top. Now down to the mid post. Harris over 2 defenders, missed the shot, but the rebound slips between 2 Bobcats, and Southern Miss has the O board. Alvarez on the drive, stops, cut off, throws it back out with 10 to shoot. Watson from the top, misses a 3. B.J. Cawley the rebounds. The Bobcats do get the stop.
Cats had to earn that one. They really got 2 stops.
16 minutes to go. We're in the second half. Montana State with the ball. McMahon backing into the paint, and they called a foul. He got whacked on the forearms. That'll be on Watson. That'll be his first, and that'll be a timeout. From the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, 15 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the game. Montana State 48, Southern Miss 35. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
At Intermountain Health, we believe life is a circle. May yours surround you with insight, a healthy perspective, trust, and reassurance. The belief that our differences aren't that different, and compassion just when you need it most. Life is a circle. May yours help you live the healthiest life possible. Intermountain Health.
Okay, you say, I want some breakfast. Your so-called boyfriend says, we got eggs in the fridge. Obviously, when you say breakfast, you mean McDonald's. Definitely a side-eye situation.
And now it's a BOGO situation with buy one, get one for $1 on sausage McMuffin, burritos, hash browns, and more. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Football Cat Chat is over, but Basketball Cat Chat will start in the new year over at Ribbon Chop House. We'll have head coaches Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, along with student athletes, one from the men's team, one from the women's team, each week on Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. starting in January. 15:56 to go in the ball game. Montana State leading 48-35 over Southern Miss. Brian, what are you seeing to start the second half?
I think Southern Miss has raised their level a little bit. You see Alvarez really has kind of been the key to their offense getting going here a little bit in the second half. They're up 9-7 with Bobcats holding possession, but they just feel more aggressive. Defensively, the press hasn't caused too many problems, really only one turnover, but it's energized their ball club, and that's what you see different.
Montana State -2 in the second half so far. Coach Binford and women's hoops over at Utah right now. They trail 13-8, 3:40 to go in the first quarter over there. Mara Dykstra has all 8 points at the moment for Montana State on the women's side. Here at the brick, Montana State ready to inbound. It's into Cawley near the left corner. He gives it out to Mullins on the left wing to set it up. Bounce pass to Cawley. Fires into the post. Agampolo blocked from behind as he tried to lay it in on the left side. Southern missed the other way. Watson over to the right wing. Montgomery for 3. That's short. fight for the rebound. Miller tips it to Ogbong-Polo. Great hustle on the glass. And Ogbong-Polo takes it into the front court. Out to Miller, moving around a screen. Back to Ogbong-Polo, topside three. That's good. Max Ogbong-Polo from downtown. He's got 5 points.
Breaks about a 3-minute drought there for the Bobcats and pushes the lead back to 16. I like how Ogbong-Polo had his feet set. You knew he was shooting that. He was just waiting for the pass.
Hand off to Alvarez. He crosses over to the elbow. Lost it in a foul. He was a little off balance, and a slight breeze from Jay Mullins going by helped knock him down, and Mullins picks up his first foul. Going back to that rebound, Ogbong-Polo got it off the tip from Jed Miller, but I don't know. It looks like Jed Miller's got a little more hops this year. I mean, he's getting up and fighting for rebounds when he's giving up 4, 5, 6 inches.
No, yeah, at least. I love the fact, though, that he has become the de facto energy guy coming off the bench. He's got guys playing hard. He raises other people's level, and that's what you want to see from anyone coming off the bench is how do they make others play better.
Harris, a left wing three. Too strong. Fight for the rebound, and won by Southern Miss on the right sideline. Up to the top. Here's Watson with a lefty dribble. Into the lane. Turns. Hooks it with the right hand and got it to go. Christian Watson heating up. He's got 13 points, a little over his per-game average. Miller races past the pressure and has it now at the top of the key. Montana State leading by 14. Miller throws up to Mullins at the top. Mullins to the right wing. Out to the top. Crosses over to the elbow. Mullins into the paint with 4 to shoot. Pivoting. Hands off for Ogbong-Polo. Lost it. Turnover by Montana State. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Bounce pass underneath. Layup good and one. Harris able to finish. And Pat McMahon picks up his first foul. So Lekalot and Garacki will come into the game next. Taking a look at the replay. The official saying he was late getting over.
Yeah, I thought he did a pretty good job of walling that up.
Didn't bring the arms down.
Yeah, that's the one they love to call the phantom arm drop.
Well, yeah, when you get hit in the stomach, naturally you're going to bend a little bit.
Yeah.
So Harris will go to the line.
Feel like there's a hair of momentum here for Southern Miss. The Cats are going to need to do some things to stymie that. I like bringing in Garacki, the veteran, bringing in Lekalot, a guy who's going to play with high energy, and basically you have the second unit out there with the exception of Ogbong-Polo.
So Harris hits the free throw to complete the three-point play, and then Jed Miller gets popped in the backcourt by Neftali Alvarez for his second foul. Third team foul for Southern Miss in the second half. Bobcats have 3 team fouls as well.
And you can really see that Southern Miss is committed now to pressing pretty much the rest of the way. The Bobcats are going to need to take care of the ball. It's good to have film out there where people see you handle and press this early in the season. Just got to make sure that's what the film says.
Yeah. Ogbong-Polo, he's open for 3. Little strong from the right wing. Rebound, tipped out of bounds, staying with Montana State. B.J. Cawley was in with the pressure on the glass.
Man, that's the one thing I've seen from Cawley more than anything else is he is so active around the basket. Defensively, it's stopping penetration on both ends. It's on the glass. It just brings a different athleticism around the rim.
Miller lobs it out to Garacki. Fight for that ball, and it is out of bounds down the right sideline, but it'll stay with Montana State. Kobe Montgomery fighting for it. 13:43 to go in the game. Montana State is leading 51-40. So far, Southern Miss plus 4 in the second half. Around the perimeter, Ogbong-Polo. He's up at the top with 5 to shoot. Into the lane, 4. Pivoting with 3. Fall away jumper short off the front iron. Ogbong-Polo, 2 of 8 from the field today. Now the other way, transition 3. Too strong. Miller the rebound. Miller to the top. He steps in for a 3 ball. That's short. Fight for the rebound. And Southern Miss won it. Christian Watson ahead to Alvarez. Chance now for Southern Miss to make it a single-digit game. Watson had it knocked free by Jed Miller. Dives on the floor for it. Recovered by Southern Miss. Now a 3. no good. Oh, and a putback one-hand slam by Montgomery, and then they're going to call the technical on Kobe Montgomery after the dunk because he was giving Lecolot the stare down. Didn't say anything, but he's going to get hung for it anyway.
Yeah, it looked like Watson took a really hard fall going after that loose ball. Jed Miller and he kind of just rolled into each other. He's been kind of holding that wrist and walking around a little bit gingerly.
Boy, that's Gorecki puts in the free throw because of the technical. Montgomery didn't actually say anything. I mean, it was an incredible play. It was just a stare, and his hands were in a fist as if he was flexing out, but really never even rolled his shoulders.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting call, I would say. I thought he was actually not looking at Sam as much as he was looking at his teammates over on the bench. Sam just was kind of in the line of vision, and obviously the official who's standing right there felt differently, but Cats will take it.
That's pretty impressive to pick up a technical without saying a word. So the free throw's good from Brian Gorecki. The Bobcats get the ball after that big putback slam. Montana State up by 11, and then an illegal screen on Brandon Walker, his third, sending it the other way.
Yeah, another turnover by Brandon Walker without the ball. It's been just a little bit off here in the second half after he had a pretty good run in the first frame.
Bobcats coming up on a 3-minute field goal drought.
Which would be the second of the second half, and they're down 16-12 here since intermission.
Chance to make it a single-digit game again for Southern Miss. Alvarez lobs toward the left corner. Watson backing it down into the paint. Up, no. Fight for the rebound. Put back, no, but a foul. And free throws are coming for Southern Miss. Pat McMahon has his second foul.
I always feel like the fouls and loose balls and everything always seems to go to the aggressor. And in the first half, the guys in white were clearly the aggressor. But coming out in the second half, that's not clear at all. Right now, I'd say if anything, Golden Eagles have stepped up that part of their game, and it has led to a lot more trips to the free throw line as well as some rebounding and loose balls.
First free throw is good. That makes it a 10-point game. Christian Watson has one more to try to make it a 9-point game. Watson puts it in, so it's a 9-point game. And Christian Watson having a big second half. 53-44, Montana State in front. 12 and a quarter to play in the second half. Inbounds pass, knocked out of bounds, but it'll stay with Montana State.
This is where not having Zephyr is a little bit of a handcuff. You got a really strong athletic guard that can handle against pressure. Right now, they would love to be able to put him out there with Jed Miller.
Especially after Zephyr really had a breakout game at Denver. Montana State with the ball, looking for something offensively here. And Miller gets it across with a second to spare. 12 minutes remaining in the game. Montana State up 53-44. Walker pivoting at the top. Picks up the dribble, needs to get rid of it, and does to Gorecki. 8 to shoot, handoff for Miller, 7. Miller 5 to the top, 4 over to McMahon, takes a contested 3. That's no good. Fight for the rebound. Walker's got it, and the putback is good. Cats get a break, able to finish to snap the 3.5-minute scoring drought, field goal drought.
Yeah, really got a break right there because that thing was just a loose ball. Looked like two Eagles had a shot at it, but they fought each other for it, and Walker gets the gift.
15 points now for Walker. Out to Kobe Montgomery. The right corner 3 is no good, and Pat McMahon has the rebound for Montana State.
Bobcats might have dodged a bullet there, too. I don't think Montgomery's the guy you want with the open feet set look. He missed it, so the Cats get a chance here to extend the lead.
55-44. 11 minutes to go in the game. Stoppage coming at the next whistle. Brandon Walker mid-post. Skip out to the left corner, Gorecki. He lets it fly. Short. Lecolot can't corral the rebound, and it'll be Southern Miss basketball. That'll take us to a break from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 10:52 to go in the ball game. Southern Miss putting some pressure on the scoreboard against the Cats. It's Montana State 55, Southern Miss 44. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
At First Interstate Bank, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you, member FDIC. 10:52 to go in the second half. Bobcats 55, Eagles 44 at the Brick tonight. Brian, what do you see?
Yeah, I don't like the defense so far in the second half. You've only forced one turnover. You've given up 18 in 9 minutes. In the first half, you gave up 26. The defensive intensity's dropped. Credit Southern Miss for making some adjustments, but overall the defensive intensity has dropped. The rebounding slid a little bit, and when the offense hasn't picked up that slack, it's led to this game becoming a little bit tighter than I think anyone wants it to be.
It's Miller, Patterson, Garacki, Walker, and McMahon on the floor for the Bobcats. Southern Miss with it into the front court, 10:50 to go in the game. Southern Miss trailing by 11. Drive down to the right block. Kicked back out to the right corner. Harris into the paint, puts up the runner, no. Fight for the rebound, and Walker wins it. Bobcats moving from left to right. Jed Miller with the dribble out to the right wing. Crosses to the top, fires into the post. Walker, one dribble, throws it out. Garacki tries a three. That's good. Brandon Walker got in a bit deep, found his outlet, and Brian Garacki converts from downtown.
Boy, and that's a heck of a shot by Garacki. That was not an easy pass to even catch, much less catch and get into your shooting pocket and make a play on it.
Now the other way, out to the right wing, Jet Montgomery. Missed the three off the inside of the iron. Jed Miller, good reaction rebound. Montana State leading Southern Miss 58-44. 10 minutes to go in the ballgame. Miller curls into the paint. Kicks it out to Pat McMahon. On the drive, McMahon into the paint and draws the foul. Tense defense, the third on Neftali Alvarez.
Alvarez, probably the one guy, if I'm Southern Miss, I don't want to see in foul trouble. He's been a real catalyst to their offensive success here in the second half.
Yeah, he's been both the heart and the soul for the Southern Miss team today. Jed Miller out on the right wing, pivoting with the Bobcats holding a 14-point lead. Here's Brian Garacki now at the top, turn to the corner, driving a kick. Pat McMahon weaves his way into the paint, handoff to Garacki, kick out. Miller, right wing three, off the inside of the iron. Bobcats with a long rebound in the right corner. McMahon a drive and a kick. Walker, he's open from deep. Yes! Brandon Walker, the top side three. Cats are getting hot now, an 8-0 run. 9:10 to go in the ball game. Southern Miss, they've landed a few jabs, but the Bobcats back-to-back threes, finding some haymakers. And Jed Miller has the steal, intercepting the pass. In transition, slows it down, fires into the post. Walker, left alone, blocked and fouled as he went for the dunk. Foul is on Harris, and Brandon Walker will head to the line.
Nice little sequence right there for the Cats. Walker, he gets the penetration and kick out Garacki three. Then he receives the kick out from Garacki for a three. and then gets himself on the line. Combine all that with a steal by Jed Miller, and the Cats go from lifeless to life in just a couple possessions.
First free throw for Walker is good. Rimming around and falling through. Nice stat line for Brandon Walker today. He's got 19 points now.
Love the fact he's 3 for 3 from the line, 2 for 2 from 3. His jump shot has been on point.
And that one, no good. Tipped out of bounds, though, and staying with Montana State. I mean, the ceiling for Brandon Walker is so high as a true third-year junior.
Yeah, he's got room to continue to grow and grow and grow. Part of what will really improve his game is just his concentration lapses at times, and he makes a silly turnover or a silly foul, and that gets him in trouble. He can get rid of that. He's going to be in great shape.
Walker pivoting and traveled. Logie doesn't like it. 8:40 to go in the ball game. Montana State up 62-44 over Southern Miss. The third all-time meeting between these two programs. Bobcats are 0-2 against the Golden Eagles. They won the Sun Belt Conference Championship 2 years ago. One of their true freshmen, Jet Montgomery, fires it into the post. Layup, no, but a foul. Garacki tried to slide in for the charge. I don't know if he was late or in the restricted area. Either way, second foul on Garacki.
I think it was both. I think he was in the restricted area and he was late, and that was going to go against him either way. But still the right idea. Get there, see if you can disrupt the pass and try and get a turnover.
Najee Harris going to the strike. That free throw is no good. Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats. By the way, Montana beat Denver today 83-73, despite giving up 49 points in the second half. This free throw is good by Harris. Montana State up 62-45, 8:25 to go in the ball game. Southern Miss came out with a lot of energy, had the edge to start the second half rather. Pat McMahon picks up a foul, and it will be a 1-and-1 for the Bobcats. Third foul on Harris, but Montana State weathering the storm, moving the ball well, knocking down some shots to take control once again.
Yeah, that three ball's such an equalizer, isn't it? You know, you got it to an 11-point game, you're struggling, and all of a sudden you bang back-to-back threes, and now everything feels good again. You're up 17 and kind of rolling.
The front end of the 1-and-1 is good from Pat McMahon. Well, and you look at how the three-point shot will be used for Montana State this year. Right now, 36% from downtown today, 4 of 9 in the second half. I mean, you want to use it, but you don't want to rely on it too heavily as Pat McMahon hits both free throws.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I think this is a team that's going to shoot closer to 36, 37, 38 when the season's all said and done. Well, that doesn't feel like a lot of difference, but what it is probably 6 points a game.
Harris slips. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's going the other way. Good job by the officials not to just randomly hand off a foul there. Sometimes you see it when the offensive player slips, but just lost his balance, and it'll be Bobcat basketball.
Yeah. If that was a football thing, you'd say, change your cleats, but I'm not sure what you say right there. Just must have got off balance.
It happens even to highly trained athletes like we get to see on a nightly basis. 8 minutes remaining in the game. Ogbong Polo floats it up. Got it to go. Oh, they're going to call that a foul on the floor before the shot. Harris picks up his fourth. Ogbong Polo will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Let's step aside for the first Interstate Bank broadcast position. 7:59 to go in the ball game. Montana State back in control, up 64-45 over Southern Miss. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
Hi, I'm Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. As a family-owned and operated community bank, we are focused only on serving the people, businesses, and communities of Montana. And now we are proud to be named one of the world's best banks by Forbes. We thank our customers for the trust you have put in us to meet your financial needs. If you don't know us, stop by and discover the difference at Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking, member FDIC.
See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail. With a patient experience that's second to none, experienced doctors and advanced technology, Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Montana State Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. From the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, 7:59 to go in the ball game. Montana State leading it 64-45 over Southern Miss, with the Bobcats on an 11-1 run.
Yeah, the Cats have figured a few things out offensively over the last 4 minutes. They really have gotten it going, and on the other end of the floor, the Eagles haven't scored in 5. So you go 5 minutes in a scoring drought and the other team gets a little bit hot, you are not going to like the result. And right now, I don't think the Eagles like the result.
Brandon Walker leading all scorers with 19 points, one of 3 Bobcats in double figures. Max Ogbong-Polo is at the line right now. And the front end of the 1-and-1 is no good. Southern Miss has the rebound.
I did say in warm-ups I didn't think Southern Miss was shooting the ball very well here in the brick. They are 3 of 18 thus far from 3 on the night.
Jet Miller from Montgomery from way downtown. That's no good. And Jed Miller now has the basketball for Montana State.
And that makes Eagles 3 for 19 from behind the arc. That's a tough thing to overcome on the road.
Yeah, they also just shot 20% from 3 in their last game at South Dakota State. Montana State with the ball. 10 seconds to shoot. Down to the baseline for Brandon Walker. Skip pass picked off, way too low. Bad turnover. Thrown ahead. Jet Montgomery tracks it down to the right corner as Southern Miss sets it up. Out to Alvarez on the left wing. He drives, lost it, recovered on the left block, pivoting, falling away, and the jumper is good off the glass. High degree of difficulty from Neftali Alvarez. He's got 7 points. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the game. Montana State with the ball. Cats just heave it ahead of the backcourt pressure. Patterson over to Miller. Around to Mullins on the left wing. Tries the 3. Little flat, no good. Rebound Southern Miss.
And Southern Miss switches into a little 1-2-2 or 3-2 zone, and the Cats really don't have an answer right now. 2 kind of wasted possessions offensively.
Alvarez misses a topside 3. Brandon Walker has the rebound for Montana State. Puts the Cats +1 on the glass in the second half. Miller sets it up.
And that +1's really a function of shooting percentages. 31% for Southern Miss, 47% for the Cats.
Ogbong-Polo misses a right wing 3. Pass into the post and an easy cutting layup for Christian Watson, who has 17 today. 64-49, Montana State in front, 5:50 remaining in the ball game. Bobcats getting a little stagnant the last couple of possessions, leading to a nearly 3-minute field goal drought again. Patterson on the right wing. Ogbong-Polo now to the top, around to Miller on the left wing. Weaves into the paint, kicks it out to Walker. 5 to shoot to Miller. Drives inside, kicks it out. Patterson, the 3. That's good. Tyler Patterson from the right corner knocking down the 3 ball. He's got 13 points, and the Bobcats use a 30-second timeout. 5:23 remaining in the ball game. Montana State up 67-49. Big-time Wendy's three-pointer by Tyler Patterson there.
Yeah, great penetration by Jed Miller. Gets in the middle of the paint, collapses the defense, easy kick out. Patterson's ready to knock it in. I like this timeout, too. Got to get this group a little bit more energized on that defensive end to close out games. Haven't been in a position to close out games. Didn't have to close out Northwest Indian College. You're up 50 points. You got to close out games. And this is an opportunity for this team to grow and come together in that moment.
One of the cliches that you'll hear across sports is, knowing how to win, learning how to win. This, closing out games when a team is bringing the effort, particularly on the defensive side, is how you learn how to win.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And it is not a thing that's like one guy figures it out and that's okay. Like, you have to figure it out collectively. And this group has got to do that. Jay Mullins, Brandon Walker, Agban Polo, like those guys have got to do it together. And that only comes by being in the wars and getting after it. Right now, this is a great opportunity to do that. Finish this game, win it by 20, going away, not kind of biting your nails as they close it down to 9 in the last closing minutes.
It's going to be so important in Big Sky play as well to try to close out those games. You know you're going to have some leads on the road that you've got to finish. Alvarez pivoting in the paint for Southern Miss, has to get rid of it with 5 minutes to go in the game. Out to the right wing for Watson, weaves down to the right block, puts up the runner, rimming, got it. Christian Watson having a big ball game. He's up to 19 points, the Miami transfer. Pressure in the backcourt. Miller picked up his dribble, slings ahead, and Mullins takes it into the front court. Bobcats face a lot of backcourt pressure today, Brian.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, it's great reps, and because you haven't shown a weakness against it, teams aren't going to just be trying to do it nonstop.
Ooh, Mullins misses a 3. Brandon Walker called for the foul going after the rebound, his 4th.
And that's going to walk down to the other end, shooting free throws. That's the kind of foul you can live with right there. You're saying, hey, that's a hustle play. He's going for the offensive glass, deflects the ball, maybe got a piece of something.
They touched the ball first.
Yeah, there's a little contact. Hey, either way, that's one you live with. That's not one you're going to be disappointed in when you watch film.
So 4th foul on Brandon Walker, 7th team foul on the Bobcats, which leads to this 1-1 for Kobe Montgomery. Front end is good. So starting to set up now as we continue to keep an eye on the rotation. I mean, this seems like it's getting a little closer to the rotation. We'll see, at least for a little while, until something goes off the rails. But this one's starting to see a little cleaner right now with the rotation.
Yeah, you're definitely seeing it. And again, got a different group that's closing the game out versus starting the game, and it's a different group than closed out the Northwestern game. So still trying to figure out who's that group and what's that going to look like, and that's part of non-conference. That's why you play these games.
Yeah, nobody is going to get to 30 minutes today. 4:20 remaining in the game. Montana State up 67-53.
And that's a great thing when you get into league. If you can disperse your minutes like that, gives you an opportunity for guys to be fresh in February and March.
Cauley underneath with 2 seconds on the shot clock, able to finish. Boy, great job keeping that ball high in the post, and he just feathers it off the window and in. 4 points for B.J. Cauley.
And again, it's Jed Miller at the end of the shot clock, creating for a teammate, giving him a chance to make a play.
Drive by Alvarez, blocked from behind by Jed Miller. He gets bumped, no call. Bobcats pick up the loose ball anyway. Garacki driving a kick, and Mullins will slow it down. So Jed Miller with 4 assists, no turnovers, a block and a steal now. Alley-oop, Cauley finishes it. B.J. Cauley off balance, able to finish the alley-oop, make it 5 assists, sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services from Jed Miller, and then an unforced turnover by Southern Miss, and that will send us to a break for the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Bobcats putting the last nails in the coffin. 3:24 to go in the ball game. Montana State leading Southern Miss 71-53. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. 3:24 to go in the ball game here. Montana State leading Southern Miss 71-53. This is a good opponent. They're kind of similarly ranked between the Bobcats and the Golden Eagles. Tight early. Montana State opens up a bit of a lead. Southern Miss lands a few jabs early in the second half, but in the end, Bobcats closing this thing out well right now, Brian.
Yeah, I like what this has looked like, what it's felt like. You saw sections of this game where the defense carries you, sections where the offense carries you, and at the end of the night, you're sitting up 18 with 3 to go and the ball. Now you close it out well these last 3 minutes and grow as a team, get to that next step.
Bobcats continuing to handle the press quite well. Jed Miller into the front court, hands it off to Pat McMahon.
And handling it well without Zephyr, having not played tonight after hitting his head on the top of the backboard last week.
So he is dressed, though. He went through warm-up. Sounds like he's not going to have to sit for long. See if we see him on Tuesday. And Mullins stepped on the sideline, turns it over for Montana State.
And Mullins has had a rough game there. That's 5th turnover for him. Not something you like to see out of your point guard. Definitely don't want to see 5 turnovers ever, but he had a great second half against Northwestern, and that's some of the up and downs you're going to see non-conference from the newer guys as they're adjusting to teammates and system.
Yeah, Mullins without a field goal make today, just a couple of shots made at the free throw line. Down to the baseline, here's the jumper, and that is good from Alfred Worrell Jr. He's got 6 points. 2:40 remaining, Montana State leading 71-55. Judd Miller's been just an absolute rock off the bench today. 22 minutes, only the 3 points, but 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a block, and a steal, no turnovers. He's plus 19.
Yeah, the no turnovers is really a highlight because he's been pressed nonstop since he's been in the ballgame.
Miller into the paint, kicks it out. Pat McMahon pumps the 3, 2 to shoot. Now jacks it up for 2, and it's good. Wasn't really that pretty, but he got it done. And Pat McMahon into double figures with 10.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just catch and shoot that and not hesitate and put the bounce down. They did give him a 3 ball on
they
that.
Did, okay. I thought the official had his hands down. Might have just been a fat finger over there. Down underneath. Reverse layup is no good, and B.J. Cawley has the rebound. And the official points for the 2 when they've got the 2 shot rather than
and they just changed it on the board.
Cool. Jed Miller holds it. Bobcats on their way to their first Division I win. They've got Abilene Christian coming up on Tuesday. We'll be on the air for that one at 6:30 for a 7 o'clock tip. Southern Miss and Abilene Christian will be playing here tomorrow as part of this tournament. Pat McMahon turns, fall away jumper off the heel, the iron, no good. And Southern Miss has a hard-fought rebound. Now quickly the other way into the lane. Kick out, tipped and stolen. Jay Mullins with it. Ahead to Garacki. Goes to the cup and goaltending. And now Southern Miss emptying the bench. Chika Naduka into the game. Jeremiah Davis into the ball game as well. So, yeah, looks like the high tonight is going to be Jay Mullins for 27 minutes. Pat McMahon still out there. He's at 26 minutes right now. So, yeah, really spreading the minutes around. And, you know, it's just such a grueling, physically grueling conference schedule. This is going to bode well for Montana State.
Yeah, depth is something that a year ago was lacking desperately for this ball club. And got a little bit late when Olmsted kind of emerged and things like that. But at the end of the day, this is a good sign for the longevity of this club.
Foul down low. That goes on to Duca. So Abilene Christian on Tuesday. CSUN on Saturday. I think that game is in the afternoon, but I don't know if they've announced it officially. And then at Omaha the following Wednesday to open up the Summit League Challenge. And then home for the doubleheader, Kansas City, that Saturday, December 7th, with the afternoon 1 o'clock kick for football in the second round of the FCS playoffs. Free throw is up and good. 75-57 Montana State. 55 seconds to go in the game. Jeremiah Davis takes it into the front court. Double team trap comes. He fires into the post. And Naduka makes the catch and lays it in for 2 points.
Boy, that's hard to sit over there if you're Jeremiah Davis for this entire night and then all of a sudden come out and try and handle a little pressure. I'm sure those legs are not as loose as he would like.
And some miscommunication, a turnover by Southern Miss. 38 seconds to go. Montana State will be able to just about finish this thing off with a 20-point lead and earn their first Division I win of the year. Into Miller in the backcourt. He takes it up across the timeline. Southern Miss still really putting a lot of defensive pressure on it. Hand off for Garacki, then to Davis. Pestered near the logo. Jeremiah Davis turns into the paint, leans in, reverse layup, no, but draws the foul. And we'll go to the line. Women down by 12 right now. They are at halftime at Utah. Mara Dykstra with 12 points to lead the way. She's got 12 of the 20 points. And Morales 0 for 4 from the field. Davis hits the free throw, coming off the bench. Sam Leckalot in, and that'll end the day for Patrick McMahon. 10 points, 4 of 10 shooting, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a turnover. Brandon Walker led the way, 19 points in 22 minutes. 6 rebounds as well. Brian Garacki with 15 points today as Jeremiah Davis pours in 2. Shot clock off. This one just about wrapped up with Montana State up 79-57. Overall, nice defensive performance by the Bobcats. This is a Southern Miss team. It was averaging over 80 points. Deep 2, or 3 rather, no good. Bobcats fighting for the rebound. Tipped loose with 3 seconds left. And we got a whistle. A foul with 2 seconds left on Brian Garacki. But look, this is a Southern Miss team that typically averages about 80 points a game. They've only scored 57 right now.
Yeah, 85, so they're 30 below their average. That's a good defensive effort. And some of that, too, you never know, competition and everything early in the season. But you give yourself that. And I like the fact the Cats are shooting 50% from the field. The 34 from 3 is a little lower than you like, but that'll come up as they just get more and more comfortable with one another. They shot it well from the free throw line. Defended 36 and 15 from the 3. That's can't do better than that.
Next free throw is good. 2 seconds left. The Bobcats can dribble it out into Garacki, and that will wrap it up. First Division I win of the year. That was a good test. The Bobcats passed with flying colors. We'll step aside. Montana State wins it 79-59 against Southern Miss. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
I was diagnosed in 2010 with bipolar I disorder. It took me a while, but I had to surrender to that fact.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana, we recognize mental health as the foundation of well-being.
This is why we partner with advocates like Jason DeShaw and others who spread mental health awareness across the state and beyond.
I've learned that I cannot do this alone, that I have to reach outside of myself for help.
Learn more about Jason's story at bigblueskyyinitiativemt.com.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up!
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids. And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Bobcat Basketball has been brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, this is Bobcat Postgame.
Welcome to the Ribbon Chop House postgame show, brought to you by Ribbon Chop House, home of premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs, all served in a casual atmosphere. Montana State wins it 79-59 against Southern Miss. Bobcats are now 2-4. The Southern Miss Golden Eagles are 2-3. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe as the Bobcats win it today 79-59 against Southern Miss. We will step aside. Plenty more to get to. We'll get highlights. We'll talk to Coach Logie and get you up to date on some other scores as well. But here, Montana State wins it by 20 against Southern Miss. More of the Ribbon Chop House postgame show after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives. The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
It was a nice spring day, so I decided to do a little work around the house. I didn't think anything of it. I've dug 1,000 holes 1,000 times until I hit a shallow gas line. The repair cost me over $5,000, and in one fell swoop, the family vacation was kaput. I know I'm not the only one, but it still hurts. Next time I'm calling 811 before I dig.
Learn from Jerry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Back in the River Chop House postgame show, Montana State wins it 79-59 against Southern Miss today at Montana's River Chop House. Our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. All right, Brian, Bobcats get their first Division I win of the year. They're now 2-4 with 2 more home games coming up during this Thanksgiving week. All in all, that was a nice, complete victory. They were tested at moments, but overall handled every test that was thrown at them.
Without question, I like the fact they shot 50%. I love the defense at 36%. Ultimately, it was just, like you said, it ebbed and flowed a little bit, but for the most part, it was just a really consistent, solid win. I mean, you can tell your program's at a different place when you've won 3 straight titles. You win by 20 at home against a former Sun Belt Conference champion just a couple years ago, and you say, yeah, did what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that was a ho-hum victory, and you can see Coach Logie has this thing kind of at a different place. You could see the standard was different, too, after the Denver game. If that Denver game had happened with last year's team, it's, hey, let's keep to it. Let's, keep our nose to the grindstone. This year it was, no, that's not acceptable. That's not the standard. And that's just different team, different personnel, and ultimately a head coach that's got guys who are a little bit more in his mold and vision now.
Yeah, without question. And as those guys continue to come together, I'm really excited to see where this team, what their ceiling is, because I just think it's not even close to tapped out where we're at here on November 24th.
Well, this is certainly the non-conference schedule that will find what a potential ceiling is. Abilene Christian coming up on Tuesday at Cal State, home against Cal State Northridge on Saturday. Then at Omaha, December 4th. Home against Kansas City, which is picked to win the Summit League, and then at USC, at UC Riverside, at TCU in December. All right, we'll step aside in the River Chop House post-game show. We'll hear from Coach Logie in just a bit. Cats win it 79-59 over Southern Miss. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Down come who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Hitting the road? When you download the Fuel Forward app, you save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill-up at Phillips 66, Conoco, and 76 stations. Because that's what the app does. A simple, straightforward way to keep you moving forward. Fuel Forward. 20 cents is a combined savings of 5 cents every day off per gallon plus an extra 15 cents off per gallon for first-time users up to 30 gallons. Offer valid once for new Fuel Forward app users through 12/31/2024. Participating locations only.
Open your new Stockman Bank account anytime, anywhere with online account opening. Now, you can open an account in minutes on your laptop, tablet, or mobile phone. It's convenient, simple, and secure. Open your new account today at stockmanbank.com. Then, add our online and mobile banking services so you can manage your money when, where, and how you want. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking. Member FDIC.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University in the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Back of the Raymond Chop House post-game show. Montana State winning it 79-59 against Southern Miss. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe and head coach Matt Logie. Coach, congratulations on the win. This one felt like you guys were tested there in the middle portion of this game, but overall kind of feels like you got everything kind of clicking, especially down the stretch to finish this one off today.
Yeah, I thought we had a really good defensive effort today. Our guys really understood the assignment. You know, Southern Miss is a talented team, and they came in here playing at the fourth fastest pace in the country. To hold them below 60, tells me that we're executing defensively. We forced them into 18 turnovers as well, which was critical for us to get out and transition a little bit.
Talk to me about what you saw offensive growth since your game in Evansville, and then again tonight. It felt like the offense has taken a couple steps forward.
Yeah, I think it comes with time, just as it did last year. We play through so much freedom that some of the early lessons that we typically have to learn is that with that freedom comes responsibility, and we're starting to figure out what that looks like, and how to continue to be in attack mode, but do it intelligently and do it together. So we're trying to create things for other people. Yeah,
what are your expectations around the new guys, especially because you're seeing them be a little bit up and down, which you expect. New system, new teammates, trying to figure it out, but what's kind of the timeline where you see, I think by this point, I think they're going to be ready to really rock and roll night in, night out?
Well, they're all capable. I mean, we've seen Jabe, have 17 and 6 assists at Northwestern. Max Akpampola had a great game at Northwestern, and like we say all the time, it's not going to be one person's night every night here. We're not built around one star. Tonight, Brandon Walker had a great game. Brian Garacki got 5. Got 15 points on 7 shots, and I thought Jed Miller did a really great job just organizing our team and 5 assists, no turnovers, and that's what it takes. It's gonna be different guys stepping up. I think what we're searching for is a consistency of everybody playing well and confident in their own skin at the same time.
Yeah. Coach, congrats on the win. We get to talk again on Tuesday.
Sounds good. Go Cats.
All right, that's head coach Matt Logie. We'll step aside of the Raymond Chop House post-game show. Montana State wins it 79-59 against Southern Miss. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Back on the Ribbon Chop House post-game show, Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. All right, up next, let's get to our highlights of the game presented by First Security Bank. You can take a listen to those highlights right now. Southern Miss now lost it momentarily. They're trying to save it, and it's stolen away. B.J. Culley in transition now. Jams it home with the right hand. B.J. Culley in transition. Pat McMahon up at the top on the drive with 5 to shoot. Spins into the paint, kicks it out. Gorecki open, right corner, 3, book it. First Wendy's three-pointer of the evening, and it's off the assist from Pat McMahon. Montana State gets into their set. Giving to Brandon Walker at the top. He tries a 3. It's good. Brandon Walker from downtown. He's got that in his game, and he shows it off at home for a 10-point Bobcat lead. Pat McMahon from the right wing. To the cup, the rack attack. A two-hand slam by Pat McMahon. He beats his man off the dribble and delivers a highlight. Crosses to the top, fires into the post. Walker, one dribble, throws it out. Gorecki tries a 3. That's good. Brandon Walker got in a bit deep, found his outlet, and Brian Gorecki converts from downtown. Those were the First Security Bank highlights of the game as Montana State wins it 79-59 against Southern Miss. We'll step aside before we wrap it up on the Ribbon Chop House post-game show. Bobcats victorious, plus 20 against Southern Miss at home. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which